All right, what's up? Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming, and I ask for some patience here as I get set up with my new camera setup. Basically, I moved. We're remodeling our bedroom, so I moved my office back to what used to be our old workout room during the pandemic, which we don't need it for that purpose anymore because we are back going to the gym and have been for some time. So anyway, make sure we're focused in here. All right, I think that is going to work. So we are back with the Time Machine Boxing Union, which is our relegation promotion boxing project with Glory Days Boxing. And of course, it pulls in randomly fighters, heavyweight fighters across all eras. And it is a relegation promotion system with 5 levels of fighters, basically. And each level has 6 fighters each. The club group, the local group, the regional group, national group, and finally the championship group. So what we do is go through and fight the 3 matchups from each group every week. And then those are all done using the enhanced quick play charts. And then we use the full version of the game to do our main event, which today should be a good one. The Time Machine Boxing Union champion, Peter Jackson, defends his title against Evander Real Deal Holyfield. So looking forward to that main event, and we'll get started with the undercard. So in the club group, our matchups are Pete Everett versus Lawrence Clay Bay, and Clay Bay already has 1 loss from the relegation position, I guess the retirement position in the club group. So if he loses this fight today, he is done in the Time Machine Boxing Union, and a new random fighter will replace him next week. So let's get going right away here. Our star ratings. Pete Everett is a 3-star. Lawrence Clay Bay is a 5-star. So Clay Bay is going to have a slight advantage. And actually, Clay Bay should be in the favored corner, the red corner. All right, so we're ready to go. And the way this will work, the enhanced quick play charts, of course, have 3 different segments of a fight. You can do a full fight in 10 minutes or less. So we're going to get started right away. So 5-3 and control to start this bout. We'll go to Lawrence Clay Bay if the D20 roll here is 15 or less, and that will be the first segment. It's a 9, so we go to our control segment or advantage chart, 13. Check for a cut on the fighter with the highest cut rating. If they fail, they suffer a cut and lose 2 points. So highest cut rating is going to, it's actually even, so we're going to have to check both. First of all, Clay Bay, 7 or less. He is cool. And Pete Everett, 7 or less, 6. And Everett suffers a cut, loses 2 points. We go to the KO chart with the score now 5-1. All right, 6, Clay Bay is in control. 14, fighter with the highest chin rating rolls a fatigued chin KO check. My goodness. If it fails, fight is over. If no KO, 1 point to opponent. So highest chin KO rating is going to be Pete Everett with a 5, and his fatigue is an 8. So 8 or less, this fight is over. 2, it's over. So Lawrence Clay Bay staves off retirement, getting the KO victory, and Pete Everett gets the loss, and he will now face banishment from the Time Machine Boxing Union next week. And that knockout took place in round number 4. So on now to the second fight in this group. This is going to be Jerry Quarry against Jim Flynn, and the loser of this will fight in the bottom fight next week, and the winner has a chance to get promoted. All right, Corey, this should be a comfortable fight for him. Flynn, not a very good chin, a decent amount of power, but he is only 3 stars. And Jerry Quarry is going to be 8 stars, so he has a decided advantage as we get ready to tee it up here. All right, here we go. To the advantage chart, advantage is going to go to Corey at 0.9. Check for cut on the fighter with the highest cut rating. Again, we are to the cuts. This time they lose a point, and that is going to be Corey, actually. 13 or less, 4, he's cut, so he's going to lose a point, and it is a 7-3 advantage for Corey as we go into the power chart. It's where possible knockouts take place. All right, 11 is going to go to Corey again. 78, if point difference is 4 or more, trailing fighter rolls check on fatigued will rating. It is 4 exactly, so fatigued will rating for Flynn, 11 and 14. He survives, but Corey gets a point back as we head to the final chart, 8-3. All right, Corey in control again, 50. Fighter head on points is in control. They get 1 point if their power is higher than 5, and Corey's is not. So that is going to do it. It's going to be a 9-3, and that is going to be an automatic UD 10 for Jerry Corey. So Corey gets the unanimous decision win, and Flynn with the loss. We move to the top fight in this group now. Winner of this fight gets promoted to the local group. And pretty sure it's going to be Corey Sanders. He's the favorite fighter. He's a 5-star. David Jaco is a 1-star fighter. So very ominous for him. Jaco probably will not last in the Time Machine Boxing Union for too long. All right, let's get ready to go here. All right, here we go. And 17, Jaco is actually going to be in control to start this fight. And roll of 94, and fighter with lower stamina loses a point and must make a fatigued will check. If tied, neither loses a point. That's actually going to be a tie, so neither of them lose a point. And we move on to the power segment. Still 5-1, and here we go. This time Sanders gets control, 43. If difference in points is 2 or less, fighter with fewer points does a power check. If successful, check opponent's chin KO. So 2 or less, it is not, as it's going to be a 4-point advantage for Corey Sanders at this point. And so that he has to do a chin check now. So Jaco, 8 or less, this fight's over. And 6, this fight is ended, and it's going to end in the 6th round knockout for Corey Sanders. So Sanders wins promotion up to the local group starting next week. And we move on now to that local group. And our first fight there is going to be Scott Frank against Bill Squires. And this loser, this is relegated to the club group, replacing or switching places with Corey Sanders. All right, star Scott Frank is a 5 and Squires is a 3. So here we go, off the advantage chart, and it is going to be an 8. That's going to go to Frank to start things off. 16, a lot of cut checks on the advantage chart. If either fighter has a cut rating higher than 8, they suffer a bad gash and lose 2 points. And that is going to be Squires. So Squires is down to a single point. And 5 for Frank as we go to the power chart. And roll of 16 on control. And that is actually going to go to Squires on the power chart. So 74, if point difference is 2 or more, trailing fighter rolls check on will rating, no TKO or point difference less than 2, then 1 point. So advantage is more than that. So Squires has to pass a will check, 7 or less. And 4, and this fight's over as well. Scott Frank with the 4-round TKO. So Bill Squires is relegated to the club group next week. And we have 1 fight in the books here. All right, next up in the local group, it is Ray Mercer against Chuck Wepner. This is an interesting matchup. Mercer, of course, the heavy-handed slugger, best known for his absolutely devastating KO of Tommy Morrison. And star ratings or ring general ratings here, it's going to be a 6 for Mercer, 3 for Wepner, so +3 to start the fight. And 1, it's going to be Mercer in control on the advantage chart. And finally, we get out of the cut sequence on there. 54, fighter in control has an inside punches landed range of 50 or higher. They get 2 points. If lower, they get 1. And Mercer inside is 50 or higher, so he gets 2 points. And he is now up to 8 points, so 8-3 advantage as we go to the power chart. And Mercer's going to be in control again, 39. And fighter in control adds 5 to power and makes power check if successful opponent makes fatigued chin KO check. So Mercer, 10 is going to be his power number to pass. He passes that. And fatigued chin KO for Wepner is 7. Fight is over, and Ray Mercer has stopped Chuck Wepner. 8th round knockout. So Ray Mercer has a chance to get promoted next week as we move to our final fight in the local group. And this is going to be Hercules Mike Weaver against Tom Cowler. And this is not a gimme. Both fighters are 5 stars. So this should be a battle for Weaver. And Weaver's kind of been on a slump so far in the Time Machine Boxing Union. He has not had any easy fights. And it's going to be no exception. So rolling for control to start things off. And 14, Cowler out of the blue corner is going to get control to start it off. 19, and 19, we go to a cut again. Check for cut and fighter not in control. If they fail, they suffer a cut, lose 1 point. Weaver's 11, and Weaver suffers a cut. It's now 5-4. Cowler with the advantage. Next segment, here we go. 14, and 14 is going to be Weaver snatching control back. And 67, add power of fighter in control to opponent's will. If 10 or more, TKO win. So Weaver's a 5, Will is a 5, 10 or more, it's over. So Weaver suffers a cut early, but rallies. Technical knockout in the 9th round against Tom Cowler, and Weaver is going to earn promotion back up to the regional group. So good night for Hercules, and we move now to our regional group. Our 3 fight matchups in the regional group. First off, this is a relegation fight, Jake Kilrain against Joe Bugner. And second fight will feature George Chavallo against Rudy Lubers. And the promotion fight, Sultan Abragamov against Primo Carnera. All right, so Bugner is a 6-5 advantage over Kilrain to start the fight for control. And 20, Kilrain is going to get control on the advantage chart. 39, fighter not in control has a foul rating of 3 or less. They gain 1 point. And Bugner's not in control. His foul rating is not 3 or less, so no points awarded there. Next segment, and Bugner snatches control on the power chart. 29, fighter in control has a KO chance. Add power to opponent's chin KO and roll KO check. If no KO, gets 2 points. So 4, and chin KO is 3 for Kilrain. 7 or less, this fight's over. 18, and Kilrain is able to eat that punch, but a big round for Bugner, who rallies to get 2 points. It is now 8-5 as we head to the closing chart. And 15, that's going to go to Kilrain for the final segment. 90, fighter with the highest counter punches range gets 1 point. If tied, 1 to favored fighter. So for counters, Kilrain is a 4, Bugner is a 6. So Bugner gets yet another point, and that is going to make the final tally 9-5. And in this scenario, it is possible for Bugner or for Kilrain to pull off the improbable upset, but that's not going to happen. A unanimous decision for Joe Bugner. So he makes fairly easy work of Jake Kilrain, and Kilrain is now demoted to the local group next week as we move to fight number 2 in this group. And that's going to feature George Chavallo, who has been climbing the ranks so far in the Time Machine Boxing Union, going up against Rudy Lubers. And Chavallo, he is an 8, Lubers is a 2, so 6 to start the fight off. And it's probably going to be a long night for Lubers. So 46 on the advantage chart, and that's going to be fighter in control, has a higher punches landed range on the inside. They get 2 points. If tied, it gets 1 point. And Chavallo inside is lethal. He does have a higher punches landed range, so he's going to extend his lead. 10-2, and for sure at this point, it will be an easy decision win for Chavallo unless something else happens. 34, add power of favored fighter to chin KO of underdog if total is 7 or more, fight over KO. 5 and 7. Fight is over as expected. It's going to be an 8th round knockout for George Chavallo. Easy work with Rudy Lubers, and we now move to our promotion fight for this group. It's going to be Primo Carnera against Sultan Ibragimov, and this is going to be a slightly favored. Ibragimov will be the slight favorite here, but both fighters come in at 6 stars. So really in this one, anything could happen. This is a toss-up, and we will see who gets control to start it off. And a 9, it's going to be Ibragimov to start things off on the advantage chart. I didn't really need to roll that. 36 and 36, that's going to be difference between foul ratings is 5 or greater, or reward 1 point to the fighter with the lowest rating. And Carnera is a 9, and Ibragimov is a 4. So Ibragimov is going to get a point, and that gives him a 7-6 advantage as we head to the power chart. Ibragimov in control, 14. Fighter with the highest chin KO rating rolls fatigued chin KO check. And Carnera, he really had problems with TKO. He's only got a 1 chin KO rating. Ibragimov is a 4. So he's going to roll a fatigue check, 5 or less. And Carnera, the mild upset as he takes out Sultan Ibragimov in the 3rd round via KO. And Carnera is going to get promoted back up to the national group, starting with next week's card. So again, a mild upset there as the Ambling Alp. And you have to wonder, his career was dogged with suspicions of fixed fights. Could that be the case here? Probably not. He just got a lucky punch in. Now, our first fight in the national group, Peter McNeely takes on Burt Cooper, and this is definitely a battle of 2 journeymen. Both come in as 3-star fighters. And again, this will be a toss-up, but loser of this fight gets relegated to the regional group next week. All right, and in control to start things off will be Burt Cooper. He is a very slight favorite. 45, if fighter in control has a higher punches landed range on the inside, they get 2 points. If tied, gets 1 point. Cooper inside 46 and McNeely 40. So that is a huge segment to start things off for Cooper. Gets him up to a 5-3 advantage as we head to the power chart. And on the power chart, Cooper in control and fighter with the highest, 36. Add power favored fighter to chin KO of underdog if total is 7 or more. Fight is over and McNeely is waxed. Burt Cooper. 5th round stoppage of Peter McNeely, and McNeely gets relegated next week to the regional group. And fight number two, Baby Joe Macy. Hey, what's up, D. Scott? Hey, how is the volume of the sound? I had an issue. Last couple of videos I did had very low volume, and it was my microphone input, which I didn't realize had somehow gotten adjusted. So yeah, just let me know if it's loud enough, if you don't mind. All right, Macy here. Macy is a 6-star fighter and a 3-star for Bodell. So significant advantage to Baby Joe to start the fight as we go to the advantage chart. And sound is fine. Awesome. Thank you. All right, here we go. And 11, that's going to go to Macy. 23 off the advantage chart. Check fighter with highest foul range. If over 10, they are disqualified. What the hell? And nobody has a foul rating over 10. So under 10, Bodell has a higher rating, so he's going to lose a point. And it is now 6-2 as we head to the power segment. And looking for Macy to come on strong here. Macy in control. 64 and 64. If fighter in control has a power of 4 or more, opponent doubles will check and checks for TKO. And Macy does. He is a 5. So will is going to be 6 for Bodell. Bodell can take some punishment. 6 or less, though, and it's over. No, he hangs on. So it's going to be 7-2 heading into the closing chart. And Bodell actually snatches control in this final segment. If fighter behind on points is in control, they get 2 points. And that is going to be Bodell. So it is going to be 7-4 is going to be our final point tally, and we'll roll a decision there. And no upset as Joe Macy is given a unanimous decision over Jack Bodell. So Baby Joe, who had a couple of losses to start his career here, has now started to bounce back a little bit. It's his 2nd consecutive win, and it moves us to our final fight in the national group. This is for promotion, and this will be Dwayne Bobic against Vasily Girov. And again, 2 guys that are tied with 5 stars each. All right, so we will roll for control, and 9 or less, it goes to Bobic to start the fight. That is a 5, so 74 on the advantage chart. And for Bobic, if fighter in control has an outside punches landed range of 50 or higher, I know that's not happening for Bobic. They get 2 points. If lower, they get 1 point. So Bobic now is up by a single point as we move to the next segment. Power chart and Bobic in control. 0-9. If fighter not in control has a chin KO rating of 4 or higher, an opponent power 3 or more, KO. Vasily Girov 4 and Bobic is a 4. This fight is over. Dwayne Bobic. A 9th round stoppage of Vasily Girov, and Bobic is going to be back up starting next week to the championship group, and we are at our final group of the night, guys. So a couple of mild upsets. I would consider that maybe a very mild upset. Pretty much an even match, though. But now up to our championship group, our first fight, and loser of this one gets relegated. Tyson Fury, who fell short in his last fight in a title bid against Peter Jackson, suffering a 13th round TKO, is going to take on Jeff Merritt, and Merritt 4 stars, Tyson Fury 8. So Fury is going to start things off with a 4-point advantage. And Fury in control on the advantage chart, 51. Fighter with the highest punches landed range outside or inside, gets 1 point. If that fighter is also in control, they get 2, and opponent must make a will check. So Tyson Fury does have the higher range outside. He is in control. So he's going to get 2 points, 6-point advantage now, and more important, a fatigued will check for Jeff Merritt. So 15 or less, and this fight's over. Tyson Fury. Short work of Jeff Merritt, a 5th round TKO. So the Gypsy King will move up and get a chance to earn another title shot next week. Meanwhile, Jeff Merritt is out of the championship group, where he was lucky enough to get drawn when we first did the random drawings for this, and he will join the national group next week. All right, winner of this fight, and this fight should also be an interesting and close matchup. Big John Tate against Harry Kotsia, the Bionic Hand, and the winner of this will get a title crack at the winner of Jackson Holyfield next week. Now, both these guys are a notch below the 2 guys fighting for the title tonight, but it is still a well-earned title shot. So let's see who takes advantage. It's going to come out with Big John Tate in control to start things off. Check cut for fighter not in control. If they fail, they suffer a cut and lose a point. So Kotsia 8, and he is cut and loses a point. So Big John Tate up by 1 as we head to the power chart. Rolled 9, Tate in control, and 99. If fighter behind on points has fatigued will rating of 8, fight over by TKO. If no TKO, 2 points to opponent. So that is not the case, but Tate, boxing smartly, is now up by 3 heading into our final chart, the closing chart. And that does not bode well for Harry Kotsia. 12, Tate in control, 54. Fighter in control gets 2 points if favored, 1 point if underdog, and that's going to be it. It's going to be an easy, surprisingly easy, unanimous decision win for Big John Tate over Harry Kotsia, and Kotsia will fight for his life in the championship group next week. And that brings us to our main event, which of course will be played using the full version of Glory Days Boxing, 15 rounds for the Time Machine Boxing Union Heavyweight Championship of the World. And records to be given are records in the Time Machine Boxing Union added on to their actual career records. So in the blue corner with a record of 47-10-2, 30 knockouts, his 4th fight in the Time Machine Boxing Union, the challenger, the real deal, Evander Holyfield. And in the red corner, making the 2nd defense of his TMBU Heavyweight Championship, he sports a record of 45-5-3 with 31 big knockouts. Your reigning, defending TMBU Heavyweight Champion of the World, the Black Prince, Peter Jackson. All right, we are ready to go. And housekeeping items. So traits, Holyfield does not have any traits, and Peter Jackson has the counterpoint trait, which is +1 to counters landed. So apart from that, an easy should be a fairly even fight. Now, the one advantage Jackson has, he is a 10-star fighter, and Evander Holyfield is an 8. So that will come into play. Stamina, 90 for Holyfield, 100 for Jackson. That could also come into play. And again, both fighters there do not want to get behind on the stamina. We're ready to go, and generic referee in this one, no adjustments. So bell rings, and we are underway. It's going to be a toe-to-toe from the inside to start the fight. Going first is Jackson from the red corner. He's going to miss, and Jackson, a wild right hand. Holyfield lets the hands go. 35, and Evander Holyfield. Going to be a jab, hook, and an uppercut. 3 punches land for the real deal. So good start for Evander as he's stalking the champion now. It's going to be a 3-star result. Jackson in control from the outside. He's going to miss. Holyfield looking to counter, and Evander Holyfield just misses on a big right hand counter shot. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in the opening stanza. 4s for both. It's going to be another toe-to-toe from the inside. Jackson leads it off. 70, he misses, and this will be a possible knockdown for Holyfield. Can he connect? He can. 29, Holyfield on the inside. Again, a jab, hook, uppercut. 3 big punches get through, and a chin check for the champion. Jackson does have a great chin, but 5 or less, he's in trouble. 14, and he eats him. So Holyfield starting fast in this one, looking to decisively beat the champion. 4s again, another toe-to-toe, this time from the outside. Holyfield goes, misses, and it's going to be a possible, just missed a possible knockdown for Jackson. 51 from the outside, the Black Prince barely misses, so Jackson has yet to get off in this opening round. As Holyfield looking to work inside, Jackson beats him there, takes control, lets the hands go. 27, and peppers a jab and a cross. 3 punches land as Holyfield eats them all. So Jackson on the ledger now. Some punches landed, 1s for both. Jackson now in control from the outside, boxing smartly. 15, hard cross, caps a 4-punch sequence, and we're going to have a possible knockdown. 4, 8, and Holyfield eats those punches. 1 minute to go in the opening round. As my ring is getting tilted here. Jackson, after a slow start, is come roaring back in this one. It's going to be toe-to-toe from the inside. Jackson leads it off, 23, and another hard cross caps a 4-punch sequence. 11 punches landed for the Black Prince. Holyfield looks to fire back, 58, and he misses. 40 seconds to go in the round. So after a strong start by Holyfield, this round has been all Peter Jackson. 2 stars from the outside for Jackson. Jackson in control. 62, he's going to miss, and Holyfield can't counter. Final 20 seconds of the round. Peter Jackson, no stars from the outside. Holyfield has a chance to close strong, and 96, he is going to end up in, actually, that's going to be a possible foul. So Holyfield gets credit for a single punch, and his foul rating is 8. He's okay. Bell rings. First round is over. So Peter Jackson, good back and forth round. 11 punches landed to a 7 for Holyfield. So 4-punch differential as we check the judges. All right. Fighters are up off their stools, ready to start round 2. And again, it depends what you like in that round. Did you like Holyfield's start? Or did you like Jackson controlling the middle of the round with Holyfield finishing stronger? Here we go, round number 2. And it's going to be 1 star inside for the champion. 1 star outside for Holyfield. Holyfield leads off a toe-to-toe outside, and that's going to be a jab and a hook connecting for the real deal. Peter Jackson fires back. He misses. So once again, Holyfield out quicker in the second round, just like he was in the first. 2 stars inside, and Peter Jackson takes control. 37 on the inside. That's going to be a 3-punch combination. And possible knockdown, 2, 6, and just missed hurting Holyfield. He ate a huge right hand, but seems none the worse for Ware. Jesus. 2 stars inside for Jackson. He has got control, 96. That's going to be 1 punch landed for Peter. Possible foul and 7 on the foul check. He is okay. 2 minutes to go in round number 2. 6 and 3. It's going to be Jackson in control from the inside. Once again, he misses, and Holyfield looking to counter. Cross and a hook. 2 punches get through for the real deal, and he snatches momentum with that counter shot. 3 and 5. 2 stars inside. 2 stars inside. It's going to be toe-to-toe. Holyfield with momentum leads it off. Jab, hook, combination. And an uppercut closes that sequence. 3 big punches get through. Jackson fires back from the inside. He gets through with a couple of his own. So good action toe-to-toe so far. Both fighters evenly matched. Peter Jackson, 1 star and 2 stars inside for Holyfield. Holyfield fires away, but he misses, and Jackson grabs him. 1 minute to go in the round. 2 stars on the inside, 2 stars outside, toe-to-toe. Holyfield leads it off. 64, he is going to miss, and Jackson misses as well. 40 seconds left. So both fighters cautious, fighting at space, and Jackson, that's that 3-star result from the outside. And Jackson lets the hands go. 4 big punches, hard cross, caps the sequence. And Evander Holyfield has to make a chin check, and he eats that as well. So Holyfield, Jackson has landed the harder shots thus far. Holyfield has eaten all of them thus far. It's going to be another 3-star outside result for Jackson, though, and he is dangerous there. And again, 4 more big punches get through, and round comes to a close. Actually, 2 on the defensive roll. Holyfield's going to take 1 of those away. So that's it. Jackson rallies late in this one, 13-7 in terms of punches landed. And Jackson, this has been his modus operandi. He did it against Fury, too. Just kind of took advantage early, landed more punches, wore Fury down, and stopped him late. So 6-punch differential here. And we had some interesting scoring in that first round. All right, that might be a common theme that continues in this fight is a disparity in scoring with the judges. We'll see. Hopefully there is no controversy. Round 3, we are ready to go. Bell rings, fighters meet at ring center, and it's going to be Holyfield taking control. From the outside, he's going to miss, and Jackson misses the countering opportunity. Holyfield has gotten off first in every round so far, but has been Jackson the stronger as the round has progressed. It's going to be no stars, and Holyfield inside 2 stars takes control, misses, and Jackson ties him up and counters. A nice hook and right hand get through, and Peter Jackson backs Holyfield off with that salvo. Jackson with momentum, 1 star from the inside, but Holyfield snatches control back, and he is going to get a punch in and a possible foul check once again. No foul. 2 minutes to go in the 3rd round. Holyfield with momentum. And 2 stars inside, 1 star outside. Peter Jackson takes control from the inside. 82. That's going to be miss. Holyfield can't counter. Instead, he grabs the champion. They wrestle, and referee breaks them up. 6s for both, toe-to-toe from the inside, and it is going to be Holyfield. Leads off this toe-to-toe exchange, and he connects with a jab and hook. 2 punches get through for the real deal. Peter Jackson firing back. He misses. So the action has slowed here in the 3rd round. Minute 20 to go in the stanza. Peter Jackson, 2 stars inside, 2 stars outside. Holyfield leads off the toe-to-toe. 17. Cross behind, multiple jabs. 4 big punches get through for Holyfield. Holyfield is yet to land that power shot on Jackson as Jackson misses into the final minute. And we are joined by the great baseball announcer, Mr. Inside Pitch himself, RJL Network. Thank you very much. He says, listening while racing F1 23. How is that game, by the way, on my PS5? And it's good to see you as well. Thanks for stopping in. As Evander Holyfield having his best round of the fight thus far. It's going to be 2 stars outside. Jackson, though, snatches control back. He misses. Holyfield on the counter does not. Times him with a right hand and a hook. 40 seconds to go in the third round. And 5, Jackson takes control, though, from the outside, and he lands short, hard punches there and backs Holyfield up. Last 20 seconds to go of the third round. And Jackson, no stars. Holyfield, 2 stars inside, takes control. 58, just misses. And Peter Jackson is going to get 2 more counter shots in as the bell rings. So a very strategic round. Again, close round. We have a 3-punch differential this time. All right, 3-punch differential, and there is definitely some interesting scoring going on right now. We will see if that continues. So let's do a welfare check on our fighters. Heading into the 4th round. Stamina left for Evander Holyfield is going to be 60, and for the champion it is 77. So Jackson had a good advantage to start the fight. That has only grown as we move into round number 4. Bell rings, fighters meet at ring center, and it is going to be toe-to-toe from the inside, and the real deal leads this one off. 0-7, and that is going to be cross behind multiple jabs. 4 big punches get through for Holyfield. Holyfield still has yet to land that big power shot as Jackson misses, but he has been getting off to a faster start in these rounds, at least to open things up. It's going to be no stars inside, and from the outside, Evander Holyfield, 86. And 86 is going to be a miss, and unable to counter is Jackson. Holyfield holding on to that momentum. It's going to be 2 stars outside for the champion. He takes control back, 41, and he snaps a jab and a short cross there, and Evander eats both of those. Jackson now with momentum, 2 stars from the outside. It's going to be a toe-to-toe outside. Leading it off is the champion, 83. He's going to miss. Holyfield, he'll have a possible knockdown if he can land here finally. 99, and we are going to the event chart, and I did not import the event chart to my new office. 1 second. All right, we go to the event chart, and Holyfield was the one who rolled it. 85, both fighters fall to the ground during a clinch. No other action this turn. So in terms of events, a boring one there. And we move on. 1 and a 6, 2 stars outside, and it's going to be yet another toe-to-toe exchange. And once again, Jackson's going to be leading this off. Peter Jackson from the outside, 42. And again, that jab and short right hand get through. And a possible chin check on Holyfield. Evander fires back, 0-8, and boom, cross behind multiple jabs. 4 big punches get through, but Peter Jackson lands the hard shots, 13. Evander eats them. So a minute to go on the 4th. Holyfield showing a very resilient chin thus far. It's going to be a toe-to-toe, and this time Holyfield leads it off, 96. And there he is, those sneaky, dirty tactics, but he gets away with that foul, but 1 punch gets credited. And for Peter Jackson, he gets in with a couple of shots. Final 40 seconds of the round. Looks like this is heading as another close round. Holyfield, 2 stars from the outside, in control, 42, and a cross and a hook get through. 2 punches for the real deal Holyfield, and possible chin check, 3. Jackson eats that. Last 20 seconds of the round. So neither fighter has been able to dent the other one's chin, at least not yet. It's going to be 3 stars, all Jackson to close this. 0-7 from the outside, in control. Hard cross caps a 4-punch sequence. And round comes to an end. All right, we are going to have, that was definitely still Holyfield's best round of the fight, but another close one. 11 punches landed for the real deal and 10 for Jackson. All these rounds have been tight thus far. Let's see what the judges think about this one. Judges definitely are all seeing different fights thus far. All right, we are heading into the 5th round. And stamina, Holyfield now at 50, Jackson at 66. Bell rings, fighters touch gloves, and we are underway. 5th round action. And Evander Holyfield is going to face this round as Peter Jackson rolls his 3-star result from the outside, but he misses. Good thing. Would have been a possible chin check for Holyfield. 2-3, no stars, and toe-to-toe from the outside. It's going to be an exchange, and Jackson's going to lead it off, gets through with 2 big punches. If Holyfield lands, we will have a cut check, and Holyfield does land. 3 punches get through for the real deal. Cut check, Peter Jackson. Jackson, 5 or less. He's got some facial damage. 2, Jackson. Let's see what it is. 2, and that's going to be swelling left eye for the champion. So we'll see if that comes into play as the fight progresses. All right, sorry, I got distracted, and it's going to be 1 star on the inside. 5 is going to be 2 stars inside. Holyfield in control, 0-8, and Holyfield fighting a masterful fight here. 4 big punches get through for the real deal, and just missed a chin check on Jackson. 2 minutes to go, round number 5. And could we be seeing a change into the guard tonight? 4s for both, toe-to-toe outside. Jackson leads it off. 23, jab, hook, cross. 3 punches get through for Holyfield. Jackson's going to fire back, and Jackson just missed a chin check, 39, and that's going to be jabbing across for Peter Jackson. Holyfield got the better of the exchange, though. He maintains momentum. And 6, 2 stars, 2 stars, toe-to-toe inside. Holyfield leads it off. 16, and again, multiple jabs, and then a wicked right cross get through for the real deal. Both fighters are going to have chin checks if they connect. 0-7, and Peter Jackson. Hard cross follows a nice sequence of jabs. So it's going to be double chin checks, and first up, the champion. 5 or less, he's in trouble. 14, he's good. Real deal, 5 or less, he's in trouble. He's good. Both fighters eating some hellacious shots from each other. A brilliant exchange. That one had the crowd on its feet. 1 minute, 20 seconds to go in the round. It's going to be 2 stars, and taking control from the inside is Peter Jackson, the champion. 29, peppers a jab, then across. 3 punches land. And Evander Holyfield, that's going to be a possible knockdown. Chin check, 16. Holyfield eats another big right hand. And again, neither fighter has been hurt in the slightest thus far. Peter Jackson from the outside, 89 in control. And 89 is going to be a miss. Holyfield looking to counter, can't do it. 40 seconds left. Crowd very much enjoying this action. Both guys battling. It's going to be 2 stars Jackson, 1 star Holyfield. From the inside, the champion lets the hands go. 3 punches get through for Peter Jackson, and 3 on the defensive roll. Evander is going to add 1 to that. 20 seconds to go on the round. As Evander showing his lack of defense there. It's going to be a 2-star inside, 2-star inside, toe-to-toe. Peter Jackson leads it off. 39. 2 punches for the champion, Evander Holyfield. Firing back, looks to close strong, 81, and that is going to be a miss. Bell rings, and that is going to be the best action round of the fight. 17 punches to 14, and the champion carries the round there. But again, it is another close round, 4 punches or less separating the 2 fighters. And Risbo Turbide, please do a Tommy Farr versus Joe Louis rematch. I can throw that up as a one-off for sure. Let me write that down, bud. Farr versus Louis. And we will do that before next Thursday night fight. So we'll slip that in probably Monday or Tuesday. Definitely will. All right. And Doug Hunt's joined us as well. Welcome to ringside. Hey, we got a good one going on for the Time Machine Boxing Union Heavyweight Championship between Holyfield and Peter Jackson. Jackson there, the slight winner in that round. 1-4 punch differential. All right. We are ready to go to round number 6 now, and let's catch up on punch stats and fatigue as well. Heading into the 6th round, we're a third of the way through this. A stamina check shows the champion at 52, Holyfield at 33. That is going to be a potential problem. Punches landed, 57 for the champion and 48 for the challenger, so very even there, and every round has been close so far. The only big point difference in any round was the second, where Jackson had 6. Everything else has been 4 or less. So very even matchup as we're ready to go. Round number 6, bell rings, and Peter Jackson in control from the outside. 81, he's going to miss, and Holyfield can't counter. As the great Al Red Sox fan has joined us. Check out that wonderful channel, guys. Al Red Sox fan. Very grateful for him as a promoter of the game, and he does a ton of other stuff, pro football strategy, chats with Al, wrestling. And it's going to be 2 stars outside and 2 stars outside for both. It's going to be a toe-to-toe. Jackson leads it off. Jackson misses. Would have been a possible or would have been a possible knockdown. And that's a leaner. We'll roll that again. 87, and that's a miss for Holyfield. So after that exhilarating 5th round, where 31 total punches landed, both fighters starting this one a little slow. Jackson, though, rolls that 3-star result. He misses, and Holyfield can't counter. Holyfield clinches. Looks like both fighters taking a well-deserved rest in this round. 2 stars from the inside. Holyfield in control. 52, connects a jab and a hook, get through. 2 big punches land. 4 on the defensive roll for Jackson. He's going to block 1 of them. So the Black Prince, an excellent defensive fighter, parries that right hand away. And once again, though, that 3-star result, 0-7 from the outside. 4 punches clatter off the skull of Holyfield. Holyfield backs up. Still not hurt, though. Neither fighter has been in trouble. Jackson has swelling around his left eye. 4s for both, and it's going to be 1-star result. Toe-to-toe from the inside. Jackson leads it off, 14, and that's going to be a nice 4-punch salvo for the Black Prince. Holyfield will have a chin check if he can land. 34, he does, and Holyfield, jab, hook, and an uppercut. 3 punches get through. Chin check for the champion. Neither fighter has been hurt. 5 or less. 19, and the champion eats that as well. Both fighters have taken the best that the other has had to offer thus far in this one, showing, again, resilient chins. It's going to be 2 stars inside, 2 stars inside, toe-to-toe. Holyfield leads this one off, 27, and jab, hook, and an uppercut. 3 big punches get through for the real deal. And both fighters are actually going to have cut checks this segment. So throwing some leather and 80, that's going to be a miss. So only Jackson has to make a cut check. Remember, he already has swelling. My ring is getting all askewed here. So here we go. Do we have further damage? We do not. 40 seconds to go in the round. Peter Jackson gets that 3-star result from the outside, but he misses yet again, and he has wasted some opportunities there. Final 20 seconds of the stanza. What else? A very close round. 2 stars for both fighters. Toe-to-toe inside. The Black Prince leads it off. 27. Peppers a jab and a hard cross. 3 punches get through. Just missed a chin check. Holyfield fires back 92, and 92 actually going to pull him into a clinch. So that negates 2 of those punches, and the bell rings. And another close round. 9 punches to 7 this round. Advantage to the champion. All right, let's check our judges. And again, the judges. Okay. I will say this, that was the first round in this fight that the judges have agreed on. So take that for what it's worth. Which definitely means we're going to have a result that some people are not very happy with as we get ready to go for round number 7. Quick stamina check. Holyfield at 24 and the champion Peter Jackson 45. Here we go. Round number 7. And the fighters meet at ring center, and it's going to be Holyfield taking control from the inside and withering multiple shots to the head, blistering Peter Jackson. And Holyfield backs him into the corner, follows him in. 2 stars outside for Jackson, and he takes control, pivots, pirouettes, misses. And Holyfield tries a wild hook on the counter, can't do it. So good exchange there to start the round. It's going to be that 3-star result for Peter Jackson from the outside, but 95, he's going to get through with a single punch. Possible foul, 10, not going to be a foul. Referee has been letting a lot go in this one. Once again, that big 3-star result for Peter Jackson clacks a jab and a cross off the head of Evander Real Deal Holyfield. Possible knockdown 1, chin check 5, and Holyfield is hurt. Evander Holyfield is hurt. First time in the bout. Either fighter has been hurt. Unopposed segment coming up for the champion. 140 to go in the round. Can he capitalize and take advantage of this? And 4, this is going to come from the inside. 53, and Jackson gets through with 2 punches, but you need 3 to get the will check. So Holyfield is able to clinch and recover. And anxious moments for Holyfield there, but he seems to be okay on steady legs once again. But Jackson boring in, keeping the pressure inside. 2 more punches, short blows in close, land. Another possible knockdown, chin check 14, Holyfield eats it. Evander has suffered 8 chin checks by my count up to this point, and only once has he been hurt, so showing a resilient chin. But Jackson now dominating, taking control of this round. 4 more big punches get through from the champion, and Holyfield in trouble. Needs to get his bearings and come back. 40 seconds left in the round. Going to be a no-star result. Finally, Holyfield from the outside. 39 lets the hands go, gets through a cross and a right, or a hook and a right hand. And 3, however, is going to take one of those away on the defensive check. Last segment of the round. 2 stars inside and 1 star outside. Peter Jackson finishes strong with a withering attack in the pocket. Series of jabs and crosses. 5 big punches land, and a huge round for the champion. 16 punches to 6, and we have our first decisive round of the fight. And this has been Peter Jackson. In close fights early and eventually wears his opponents down and just explodes. So this scoring, this should not be a controversial round to score. A huge 10-punch differential. And that should go comfortably, one would think, to the champion. But the judges tonight have not agreed on much as we head to the 8th round. Now, here's where it gets interesting. We're just at the halfway point of this fight, and Holyfield only has 8 stamina points left. That is going to kill him down the stretch. And the champion has 39. Here we go. Holyfield really needs to rally. And 60, and there's that 3-star result again for Jackson, but he misses. Holyfield fires back. Nice counter shot. Right hand and a hook. Backs Jackson up. Holyfield with momentum now. And Evander, 2 stars inside, but Jackson rolls that 3-star result from the outside. He misses again, but Holyfield is not on the counter. 2 more punches get through for Evander. So Evander now playing possum and coyly countering Jackson as he misses early in this round. Another 3-star result, another miss for Peter Jackson. 2 minutes to go in the round, no counter there. Holyfield just stuck his tongue out and danced away. 2 stars inside for Jackson. Jackson in control. Finally gets through with a couple of punches in tight. Short, hard blows land. 140 to go in the round. Jackson again, 2 stars outside. 1 star outside for Holyfield. 90 from the outside. He's going to miss. Holyfield misses on a wide right hand on the counter shot. There's that 3-star result again, but Jackson has wasted so many of those auto control results. He misses, and Holyfield clinches. 1 minute to go in the round. And 2 stars outside, 2 stars inside. It's toe-to-toe. Jackson leads it off. 0-2, and again, lets the hands go. Series of jabs and crosses. 5 big punches get through for the champion. Holyfield trying to keep pace. 25, and he gets through with 3 of his own. 40 seconds left in the round. Another close round. Let's see if one of these two can finish strong and make it a decisive round. And it looks like it's going to be the champion, Peter Jackson, from the outside. 3 punches get through. Would have been a possible cut if Holyfield had been able to get blows home there. And we close the round. It is going to be Jackson in control from the inside. 15, and he closes strong again. 4 big punches land as the round comes. Actually, 20 seconds left, my bad. Final segment of the round now. It's going to be 1 star and 2 stars for Holyfield. Holyfield taking control from the outside. 37, and that's going to be 2 punches landed for the real deal. And now the bell rings. But another good round for Jackson, and Holyfield is fatigued now too. So 14-9, and this could be the turning point for the champion. So heading into the 9th, Holyfield's ratings are all going to come off the retired portion or fatigue portion of his card. Sorry. All right, point differential here is 5. And the tide of the fight has definitely turned drastically in the last 2 rounds. Peter Jackson, it had been a war up to that point, but Peter Jackson, at ringside at least, we find him fairly decisive in these last 2 rounds. So let's see if that begins to spell the beginning of the end for the challenger. Round number 9, fighters are up. And 3, 2 stars, and it's going to be 1 star outside. Peter Jackson, he's going to start this with a big salvo. 4 punches get through to start the round, and Holyfield definitely looking fatigued now. Of course, every time he lands, 1 punch will be deducted. Jackson pouring it on, in control from the inside. 62, he misses, or 64, still a miss. Holyfield breathing out of his mouth, breathing heavily. 2 stars inside for Jackson. Jackson maintaining control at 96, and he is going to get credit for a single punch. And again, some rough stuff in there that gets missed by the referee. 3s for both. It's going to be Jackson again from the inside, maintaining control. Jackson just pouring it on now. 4 big punches land for Peter Jackson. Evander Holyfield desperate now, in trouble. It was an excellent fight up until the 7th round. Jackson has just taken over. Still nobody down in this fight, though, as no stars for Jackson. Holyfield finally takes control from the inside, and he's going to get credit for 2 punches with fatigue adjustment. Possible cut on the champion, 7. And Peter Jackson's okay there. Jackson, remember, again, has swelling around his left eye. 5, Jackson in control, 96. And that's going to be another punch, another foul check. And this time, Jackson is going to get caught. A referee has seen enough. He steps in, 14, and he's going to warn Jackson for hitting and holding. Jackson apologizes, and fighters separated. Here they go. 2-1, no stars. Holyfield from the outside, 51. He just misses, and missing on the counter is Jackson. Definitely a round that Holyfield needed to do well. That's not happening. 73, Jackson misses on the inside, but Holyfield fires back, and he's going to get credit for a single punch on the counter. 40 seconds to go in the round. 5s for both. Jackson in control from the outside, misses, and Holyfield too tired to counter. He slinks against the ropes, motions Jackson to come in. Jackson comes in. It's going to be a toe-to-toe from the inside. Jackson leads it off, 31, lets the hands go. Peppers a jab, hook, cross. 3 punches get through for the champion. Holyfield tries to fire back, 0-4, and lets the hands go. Multiple shots to the head. He'll get credit for 4 punches there as the round comes to an end. So 12-7, and is that last-minute flurry by Holyfield enough to steal it in the eyes of the judges? They are scribbling furiously in their notepads, so we don't know what they go or what they saw that round. Fighters getting last-minute instructions, and Peter Jackson, still in good shape, has 23 stamina as we head into the 10th round. That should get him, based on Holyfield's output in the last few rounds, that should get him into the 12th round before he gets fatigued, which again will be huge. And the championship rounds might make the difference in this one. Fighters are up, bell rings, and we are underway. It is going to be a toe-to-toe result. Jackson's going to lead it off. 96, and once again, Jackson, with that single punch, does not get called for the foul this time, though. Jackson has definitely done some rough fighting as Holyfield fires back from the inside. He misses. 2:40 to go in the 10th round. And it's going to be a 4, 1 star, 5, 2 stars inside for Holyfield. 25 on the inside. Lets the hands go. A couple of punches get through for the real deal. Possible knockdown and chin check on Jackson. My goodness, 3. Now Jackson is hurt, and Holyfield, he's going to need to try and capitalize on this. Can he take advantage? An unopposed attack, and of course, being fatigued is not going to help him on the will check. Here we go, and it is going to be 2, and that takes place from the outside. 31, and that would have been 3 punches, but, oh God, Holyfield only gets credit for 2, so no will check, but another possible knockdown. And chin check for Peter Jackson, 5 or less again. He's hurt. 20, he eats it, and he seems to have his composure. So that might have been the one moment for Holyfield to really turn the fight back in his favor, and he fell short. 2 stars from the outside for Jackson, and 1 star outside for Holyfield, 90. That's going to be a miss, and Holyfield gets credit for a counter, though. A right hand gets through and snaps Jackson's head back. 3s for both. It's going to be Jackson in control from the inside. 56, he's going to miss. No counter there as Holyfield grabs him and makes the referee separate them. 6s for both. Toe-to-toe from the inside. And again, Jackson leads it off, and Jackson's going to get credit for 3 punches there. Holyfield fires back. 54, and he just misses. 1 minute to go in the round. This is a round Holyfield needs to stem the bleeding, so to speak, as it's going to be no stars. Good opportunity. 2 stars from the inside for the real deal. Holyfield, again, that fatigue, though, only gets credit for a single punch and misses a chin check opportunity because he is tired. 40 seconds left in the round. It's going to be 2 stars inside. Peter Jackson, 32. Peppers a jab and a cross. 3 punches get through for the Black Prince. And 6 on the defense. No adjustment there. Last 20 seconds of the 10th. 2 stars, and it's going to be Jackson finishing strong again from the inside, and a blistering 4-punch assault as the round comes to a close. Possible knockdown, chin check. Holyfield eats it, and Peter Jackson rallies. It looked like a round that might go Holyfield's way, but Jackson rallies at the end, and it is going to be another 5-point differential round for the champion, who has really taken control of this fight late. It was definitely up in the air early, but now Jackson definitely getting the better of it, and Holyfield definitely needs to take advantage of a moment, make something happen here. 17 stamina still for Jackson as we enter the championship rounds. Round 11. Fans have liked what they've seen thus far. Here we go. And guys, if you like this battle, it's been a war. Smash that like button for me, please, as fighters touch gloves. Round number 11, Jackson 2 stars, Holyfield 2 stars. What else? They're going to go toe-to-toe. Jackson leads it off. He misses. Holyfield fires back. And Evander, 2 punches get through. Uppercut closes the sequence there. Two stars, 1 star, and Holyfield 89 from the outside. And 89, Holyfield is going to miss and unable to counter. I'm sorry, Jackson's going to miss. Holyfield unable to counter. Holyfield pressing now, 1 star. Holyfield takes control from the inside, 81, unable to connect. And Jackson fires a wicked right hand back. Just missed that. That would have taken Holyfield's head off. Evander has heart. We all know that. But Jackson takes control from the outside. 55. He misses, and Holyfield can't counter. Perhaps Jackson starting to slow down just a little bit. 1 star, and it's going to be 2 stars inside. Holyfield, 0-8. 3 punches land. A couple of jabs and a hard right cross get through, and would have been a chin check, well, close to a chin check if Holyfield was fresh. But the power has seemingly gone from his punches, toe-to-toe from the outside, 97. Evander, that's going to be a single punch landed and a possible foul check for him. No foul, and firing back is the champion. And just misses. A right hand grazes the head of Evander Holyfield. Good round for Holyfield still, though. 2 stars. And from the inside, Peter Jackson takes control, 95. And there he goes again, that rough stuff. And he's going to get tagged for yet another foul. Referee stepping in. He's been warned for holding and hitting. And this time he gets credited for a low blow. So referee stopping the action, giving Holyfield time to recover. Evander, tough as nails. He says he's good. Jackson comes forward, bows, reaches his hand out, and Holyfield taps gloves. Action resumes. 2 stars inside. Jackson in control, but again, that low blow as 3 punches get through for the champion. Last 20 seconds of the round. Did that sap the real deal? And 3-star result for Peter Jackson, but he misses again. He has missed so many opportunities from the outside. Round comes to a close, and Holyfield actually outlanded him there. 6 punches to 4. So by far, Jackson's worst round of the fight. Holyfield was just tired, so we're getting the output from him that is expected. Let's see how the judges see that. All right, heading into the 12th round, and the champion still has 11 fatigue points left. That's really going to be the difference in this fight, I think, as this comes down to a decision, if it does. As round is underway, fighters meet at ring center, and looking to get inside is the champion, Peter Jackson. He does, and he has found a home inside lately. 3 big punches get through against the real deal, and he eats them all. Evander needs to rally. His corner exhorting him on, but Jackson, that 3-star result, he misses again, though, and unable to counter is Holyfield. The energy is seeping from Holyfield's limbs as this fight drags on, and that is going to be a 2-star result. Toe-to-toe exchange, and going first, that's a 0-5, Peter Jackson, 4-punch salvo. And Evander Holyfield, if he can land, possible cut, 19. And Evander Holyfield gets through with 3 punches. And another cut check on the champion. Again, he 5 or less, so he doesn't cut too easily. 2 minutes to go. And there's that 3-star result for Peter Jackson. And once again, he misses. Holyfield lands a nice right hand on the counter opportunity. Minute 40 left in the round. Deuces, 2 stars outside, no stars outside. Holyfield in control, 39. Gets through with only a single punch because he is tired. And wouldn't you know it, Jackson blocks that. Man, what a jerk. So Holyfield in control, and Jackson swats the right hand away and smiles at him. Holyfield presses forward. 1 star for Peter Jackson. 2 stars from the outside for Holyfield. He is trying hard, 93. It's going to be a clinch. 1 minute to go in the round. And no stars. 2 stars inside for Holyfield. It's going to be another good round for Holyfield. 2 punches get through and unable to dent the chin of Jackson, of course. Both fighters have been hurt once, and that's been the extent of it. No knockdowns at all thus far. No stars for Peter Jackson. No stars for Evander Holyfield. Toe-to-toe they go. Cut chances for both. Holyfield misses. Jackson does not. And Jackson's going to get through with 4 big punches and a cut check on Holyfield. The real deal, 4 or less, and he's okay. 20 seconds to go in the round. And Holyfield has to be frustrated. He does well, but just does not have the stamina left anymore, as it's going to be Jackson. It's been the story of the last few rounds. He closes strong. 4 big punches get through and 4 on the defense. Holyfield is going to add another one, and that's the round. So Peter Jackson comes on strong here. 16 punches landed to 6. 10-punch differential, and that will most assuredly be a round to Peter Jackson. Jackson has really had an amazing second half of this fight. Fight was up in the air through 6 rounds, and Jackson has just taken control from the 7th round on. As fighters are ready to go around 13, Jackson, this might be the round he finally runs out of gas. He's got 5 stamina left. Too little too late, though, for Holyfield. Round bell rings, and here we go. Toe-to-toe. Jackson goes first. It's going to be from the inside, 83. And Peter Jackson showing perhaps the results of the battle as he just pulls Holyfield into a clinch to end the segment. 2 stars, 1 star, once again from the inside, 0-3, series of hard jabs and crosses land, and the champion tattoos Holyfield and backs him up into the ropes. Jackson prods forward, following up the momentum. No stars, though, as Holyfield spins him around, takes control, and lands with a nice hook there. Unable to do any damage with that punch, though, as he then grabs onto the champion. Referee separates both fighters. And there's that 3-star result from the outside, and 2 punches get through for Peter Jackson. Again, he has not had good results when he's rolled that 5 on his control chart. It's going to be no stars, and for Holyfield, 1 star from the outside, 0-5. Holyfield lets the hands go. Cross behind, multiple jabs. 4 big punches land for Holyfield. Minute 20 to go in the round. Holyfield fighting to the end, showing the heart of a champion. 2 stars. Jackson takes control, misses. Holyfield grabs him. Fighters are separated. Back to ring center. Jackson now dancing on the outside, lets the hands go from distance, and 3 big punches get through for the champion. Going to be a possible knockdown because he is still fresh. 7, and Holyfield is hurt. Holyfield sags against the ropes. Jackson looking to close the show. Unopposed segment. Here he goes. Jumping in, and 6 from the inside, 89. And Jackson unable to take advantage as Holyfield pulls him into a clinch. Evander looks to clear his head, and it looks like he is okay. But Jackson closes strong again, and that's been the story the last few rounds. 4 big punches land from the outside as the bell rings. Actually, another possible knockdown. 3, 7, and Holyfield is stunned again, but the bell will ring and save him. And using the optional stun rule, we don't even need to roll for the judges there because that's going to be an automatic 10-9 round to the champion. Hurt Holyfield twice and landed more punches. That is the optional rule. So we're ready to go. 2 rounds left. And finally, Jackson out of stamina. So both fighters will be fatigued these final 2 rounds. Adjustments for Jackson: power 4 to a 2. Chin 2-5 to a 4-7. Chin KO 3. Will 5. Round 14. Crowd is giving these warriors a very well-deserved hand as Jackson comes out and looks to dance and lands 3 big punches there against his fatigued challenger. 3. Holyfield is going to add to it. Deuces for both, and Holyfield takes control from the outside, 0-9, and he's going to get home with 3 big punches there. And the real deal, no pop behind those, but they are scoring blows as he looks to rally here in the last 2 rounds. It's going to be 2 stars inside, 1 star outside. Jackson in control, and that's going to be a single punch due to fatigue. 2 minutes left in the round. It looks like this one will definitely go the distance, and we will probably see these guys again at some point down the road. It's going to be a 69, a miss for Peter Jackson on the toe-to-toe inside. Holyfield fires back. Holyfield does not. 3 big punches get through for the real deal. And defense, I'm sorry, no defensive check. Jackson would have had a chin check if he had landed. 2 stars outside, 2 stars inside, toe-to-toe, inside. Holyfield leads it off. Holyfield rallying. That is a 4-punch salvo for the real deal. And Peter Jackson fires back, 33, and Jackson from the inside, he gets credit for 2 punches landed. Both fighters showing great heart here through fatigue in the 14th round. 1s for both. And taking control from the outside is the champion, gets credit for 2 punches there. And there's that 3-star result again, and that is going to be a 1 punch landed from the outside, a nice stiff jab for the champion. Both fighters in double figures late here, fatigue, so that is impressive as it's going to be Jackson taking control again, 58. He's going to miss, would have been a possible knockdown. Last 20 seconds. This segment could decide the round. It's going to be 2 stars and 2 stars, toe-to-toe. Jackson leads it off. He misses. Holyfield from the inside. Can he land to finish strong? No. And the bell rings, 10 punches each. So scoring on this one will definitely be up in the air. All right, ringside as we are ready for the 15th round. Crowd on its feet, and our ringside experts say that Evander Holyfield may need a knockout to pull this off. This has been a fun fight indeed, Al. And bell rings, crowd gives both fighters a standing ovation. They meet at ring center, hug, and here we go. The home stretch, and it's going to be the champion finishing it strong. That's been the story of the second half of this fight as he gets through with 3 big punches. Holyfield needs to rally. And no stars. 2 stars inside, and Holyfield cannot connect. 2:20 to go in the fight. It's going to be 2 stars, and for Holyfield, 1 star from the outside. Misses. Holyfield tries to counter, doesn't have the energy. Pulls the punch back and plods forward, breathing heavily out of his mouth. It's going to be a toe-to-toe exchange from the inside. Peter Jackson goes first. Jackson misses. Holyfield fires. Oh! Would have been nice to land those punches. Instead, he gets credit for a single punch. Holyfield looking to close strong now, try to steal this round. It is going to be inside, though, the champion, 39. Just too much down the stretch for Evander Holyfield. Gets through with 2 big punches. Holyfield, 5 on the defense, is going to add 1 to that. He's not helping his own cause here late. 3 and a 6, 2 stars, 2 stars. Inside, toe-to-toe exchange, 31. Letting the hands go is Jackson. 2 more shots get through. Holyfield fires back, 54, and he misses. Minute left in the fight. And it looks like Jackson is cementing his victory in this one. As 2 stars, 1 star, and Peter Jackson in control from the inside. 49 gets through with a single shot. 40 seconds to go in the fight. That 3-star result again, and from the outside, 2 punches get through for the champion. Holyfield eats them both, and Jackson now raises his hand. Holyfield motions him to come forward, fans on their feet. Holyfield closes strong from the outside, lets the hands go, 24, and gets through with 2 punches as the bell rings, and this one is in the books. And actually, Jackson rolled a 5 on his defense. So no, he blocks both of those. And a fitting end to the fight. Peter Jackson, a comfortable attempt or 15th round. And insult to injury, easily picking off those last 2 halcyon shots from Holyfield as we go to the judges' scorecards. All right, as the judges add up their scorecards, let's go through our punch stats. Now, through 6 rounds, Holyfield was actually getting the better of Jackson, according to most ringside experts. But in the end, Jackson from the 7th round on just rallied, and you could almost make a case for him sweeping the second half of the fight. And that definitely negated and just trampled any advantage Holyfield might have had early. Final punch stats, Peter Jackson, 174 shots landed through 15, and Evander Holyfield, 111. And the judges are ready to go, and the ring announcer has the scorecards. Bell rings. Ladies and gentlemen, after 15 rounds of boxing, we have a unanimous decision. Judge number 1 scores it 147-141. Judge number 2, 145-141. And judge number 3, 145-142. All for the winner by unanimous decision, and still TMBU heavyweight champion of the world, the Black Prince, Peter Jackson. So really, if I take away after 6 rounds, so the scoring after 6 rounds was not how it ended. After 6 rounds, all 3 judges had it to Holyfield, 58-57, 58-56, and 59-55. So Holyfield came out strong, fought a good first half of the fight, just could not finish. No knockdowns in this fight. A couple of fouls called on the champion, and Jackson suffered swelling around his left eye. Holyfield stunned 3 times in the fight, but otherwise unscathed. Good, tough fight. And basically these guys, I think Jackson will probably be seeing Holyfield again real soon. But that's it. Thursday night fights featuring Glory Days Boxing. Thank you to everyone for stopping by. Al, Red Sox fan. And again, check out that great channel. Our good friend from the Pacific Northwest, D. Scott Howard. Doug Hunt, thanks for stopping by. Risbo Turbide, stopping in. And yes, we will get a Tommy Farr, Joe Louis, quote unquote, rematch. Robert from RJL Network, give his channel a look as well. Does a ton of inside pitch. And that's going to be it. So kick up those beer cans, smash that like button on the way out. Thanks for joining us. Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming. Have a great night, everyone. And we will see you for another edition of Thursday Night Fights next week.